Hello guys, welcome to my channel once again. Max Graphics here, and today, based on special request, I'll be creating a church flyer design tutorial. I created a poll on Telegram where I asked you guys the tutorial you people want us to be dropping this week, and most of you guys said you wanted a church flyer design tutorial. So based on that request, I'll be creating a church flyer tutorial. So guys, without wasting further time, let's get started. So for my size, guys, I'll be going for 2000 by 2000. Okay. Then for my first step, I'll be placing the logo that I'll be using for this project. Okay, so I'll take this up towards the top of the workspace. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to impute the text for the name of the church, which is Grace Arena International. So let me just impute the Grace Arena. Then I'll select all, then change the font to Sequel Sans. I'll be using something much more simpler. Okay, head over to my color, then I'll then head over to my characters and I'll reduce the tracking for this. Okay. Control A to select the whole workspace and I'll align this text to the center. Use Control T and place it below the logo. Like I always say in designing church flyers and in designing generally, always make sure to make your alignment concise. Always make sure you use the right alignment. Make sure that your text, your images are aligned to actually have a good design. International. So for the international, I'll be using black color. Then Control A once again. After I finish sizing it. Control A, then align. Okay, let me just place this a little bit. Then I'll go to my layers and I'll group this together, and I'll call it logo. So I'm trying my best to make sure that my design is organized into groups right now, so that I can be able to edit any part of the design that I want later in this video. So presents, now increase the tracking for this to 1000. Okay, so I'll place it on the international. Then I'll make sure it's aligned once again. And then I'll impute the theme, which is Upper Room Encounter. So for this, I'll be using more of a display font for this. Okay, let me just increase this so you see the text. Then I'll be using Dama. I don't know whether that's the right pronunciation, but Dama Gothic. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's the right pronunciation for this font, but that's the font I'll be using. Once again, make sure that it's aligned. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to create a gradient for this upper room, for this text right here. So I dropped the video on my YouTube Shorts on how to create easy gradients on Photoshop. So if you want to learn how I actually created these gradients right now, you have to go to that video and see what I actually did. I did a step-by-step review of it on my YouTube Shorts. So go back there if you're a little bit confused on what I did here. So as I continue this design, I'll be telling you some recommendations where you can actually go and find out what I did. Like in terms of gradients, I've actually dropped a tutorial on that in my YouTube Shorts. So I won't be doing anything that is foreign or new to you guys on this video. So once I'm done with that, I'll hit OK. And then for the under tag, which is encounter, that's not actually an under tag, I think, but it's part of the theme, but I won't make it too pronounced. I'll just use an italics font for this. Okay, no, I don't think better grade will give me what I want. So I'll be going for black pen, which is a very, very nice font. A cursive font, rather. Okay. So I bring this down a bit. Control A, make sure it's aligned. Okay. Then bring it down a little bit. So place embedded, I'll be placing this watercolor brush that I'll be using to create a cool effect in this flyer. So I'll use Shift and I'll drag this right on the two edges to expand it. Then I'll bring it down below all the layers. Okay, I'll bring it below the layer. Then for now, this watercolor brush PNG image is blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this color to the color that I'll be using for the theme. So I actually did something like this when I was showing you guys how to change clothes color using gradient map in Photoshop. So that's the same process I'll be using to change the color of this watercolor splash PNG image to orange using gradient map. So if you want to learn how I actually achieve this, you need to go back to that video that I how to change clothes color in Photoshop. So if you really follow that video, if you precisely follow that video step by step, you actually notice how I changed the color of the clothes. So you can actually use that procedure to change the color of any object that you want to change in Photoshop CC21. So like I said earlier, I'll be telling you recommendations of what I'll be doing in this video so that it won't be hard for you guys. You just need to go to the video that I've recommended and then you can actually learn the process that I used to achieve this, because I don't want to just create a video that you guys don't understand. So I'll place this image of people worshiping right here and I'll go to screen. So what I always tell people that meet me and asking me the background to use for church flyer designs, I always tell them that whenever I'm confused of the image to use in a church flyer design, I tend to use picture of people worshiping, because I think that that's just the normal thing, apart from using an image that depicts what the theme is trying to say. For example, when you have a worship encounter, that okay, you say that okay, let me not find something that is that works in line with the theme. You can just use an image of people worshiping, which is also a good way of showing that this is a church flyer, because one thing you have to notice in your church flyer design is that you have to be able to pass the right message to people that will be seeing that flyer. Because I always tell people that a good design is a design that can actually pass the right message to the person that is reading it. So make sure that your design is always pass the right message. I don't want to come and see your design and you're telling me this is a church design. I'm looking at it as looking like a club design or a club flyer design to me. So make sure that your design always passes the right message. And you can actually achieve this by using colors. You can achieve this by using backgrounds. And you need to actually read more on color psychology, like what different colors mean at different points in time. So this can help you so much in design. And it can help you in church flyer design, because church flyer design is also a form of storytelling. For example, when you have a breakthrough service, you know that you are actually using a picture of hands that are in broken chains to actually show that that's a breakthrough service, like God is actually breaking the chains. So you know that the person who sees this flyer knows that you're passing the information that God is going to break any chains that he's actually struggling in his or her life. So that's just what designing a church flyer is all about. You passing the right message to whoever that will see that design in the future, or anytime you want it for a program, you're designing for a church program or anything like that. Okay, so let's reduce this. So the thing I've actually learned in my design career is actually how to keep my design simple, making my design simple and also making them to pass the right message. I'm not the type of guy that designs all this I don't believe in designing bulky designs. I just like to keep my design simple. I know some people may not like it like this, but that's just the way I like it. I love simplicity, because so, like somebody always says, there's beauty in simplicity. So it's not about you just packing all those informations, packing all those pictures into one design. It's actually you using one image or different backgrounds to pass the right message to anybody who sees this your design material. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place my I'm going to place the location icon. Okay. Place it, and I'm going to reduce this a little bit. Okay. So I'll go to blending option and I'll go to color overlay. So I know I've spoken on passing the right message. So if you actually ask me the message I'm trying to pass from this design, the theme of the design is upper room encounter. And we know what happened in the upper room when the Bible was talking about the disciples when they were waiting for the manifestation of the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit came down in tongues of fire. So I'm trying to like upper room encounter, waiting on God. So the reason why I'm using this orange and a little bit of yellow, orange, yellow, or that combination is because of I'm trying to pass the information that there will be the rain of the fire of God, like the tongues of fire, the clothing fire coming down. So this is the information that I'm trying to pass to anybody who picks up this flyer and reads it. Is like, oh, these are more like a Holy Spirit outpouring or the outpouring of the Spirit of God. So he knows what the program will be about just by seeing the flyer. So that's what you need to make your design to look like somebody sees this design and he knows what the design is already talking about. So that's what I'm trying my best to inculcate in this design. So I'll be placing my overlay. I don't play with my overlays. So all the files I'll be using for this project will be in my Google Drive, and I'll be dropping the link in my description. So I've noticed most of you most times come to me and ask me for the link of the files. Maybe some of them are expired over time. So you can actually chat me up on Telegram. You can actually reach me on Facebook, on Instagram, and I won't oblige to give you the link if you need the link. So I can send you the link so you can actually download those files even after it has expired or the link has expired. So anytime you hit me up that you need the link, I'll be able to send it to you. But for now, I'll be dropping the link in the description. Okay, let me just place this very well. Then I'll go to my blender and I'll go to okay, I'll go to let me just check. I'll go to difference, then I'll reduce my fill a little bit. Okay, I'll rasterize this layer, and I'll use an eraser to clear off the places I don't want to show in this image, in this overlay layer. Then clean off some extra parts. Then once I'm done with that, I'll reduce the opacity a little bit. And voila, here we have it, guys. The fly is looking as cool as ever. This is it, guys. So thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. Remember to subscribe if you are new to this channel, and hit the notification bell icon so you'll be notified anytime we drop a new video. Thank you for staying for this video, guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. See you on my next video. Mess Graphics out.